In the beginning of the drama, we are shown the main female lead, Shen. She was already late for school, so she quickly started leaving, remembering to take her MP3 with her. She is 17 years old and wants to become a famous actress, which is her dream. Along with that, her hobby is recording her whole day's talk into her MP3 every day. That is when Shen noticed she was even more late, so she started running fast towards school. Meanwhile, on the way, she met a boy who was standing to tie his shoes. Shen told him to move, but he said that we will reach on time, so just chill. So then Shen stopped because he was her classmate. By the way, that boy is the male lead, whose name is Yuming, and as soon as he tied his shoes, he ran ahead saying that he was only talking about himself reaching school on time. So then Shen also started running behind him. Well, Yuming got inside the school, but Shen was stopped at the gate because she was late. Then she was asked her name, so Shen gave not her own name, but Yuming's name. But that girl at the gate already knew Yuming was the boy who had just gone in. So she said, "Tell me your own name." So then Shen said that her name also has the word Ming in it. That means Yuming Ming. That is when another girl arrived there who let Shen go inside, saying yes, that is her name. That girl was Shen's friend, whose name is Fuxiao, so that is why she helped Shen. Well, when Shen reached her class, all the classmates started staring at her. Seeing that, Shen suddenly got a flashback where she could see all of them in their future personalities. So seeing everyone like that suddenly, Shen felt very strange. After that, when she told her friend Ling about it, that suddenly I saw everyone like they had all grown up. So then Ling said that maybe you had a devu, but Shen still could not understand anything. That is when Fuxiao also came into the class. She told them that a new teacher is coming to their class and who knows what she will be like. Next, Fuxiao and Ling both started playing a game, and that is when Shen got a message on her recorder, which she went to the side to listen to. When she played the recording, someone in it was saying that your dream of becoming an actress is just a joke, meaning there is nothing in all of this. So then Shen was shocked and got scared hearing that voice. At first, she thought maybe her MP3 was broken, because inside it, there are only recordings that she herself records. So how could someone else's recording be in there? But then, after thinking a lot, she played her own recording asking, "Who are you?" So then, the reply came from the other side. "I am future Shen. It is now 2020. Maybe a connection has been made between us, meaning we are by luck able to talk to each other from different timelines." Shen at first did not believe that something like this could even happen. So to confirm, she asked if that is true. "Then tell me, who is our new teacher coming? And what will she be like?" So the future Shen asked the date and semester, and told her that the teacher's name will be Feng, and she will be specially called to handle her class. She will like Yuming the most, and will favor the top 10 students. Along with that, she hates backbenchers, and will also be very strict. Shen was shocked hearing all of this. That is when the teacher arrived right there. Seeing her, everyone quickly came and sat in their seats. When the teacher gave her introduction, she said the exact same things that Shen's future self had told her. So she became even more shocked. How can this even be happening? Meaning, did I actually just talk to my future self? Well, after class, Shen was thinking about all of this when Yuming came and started bothering her. And seeing them together, their other friends teased them, saying, "You two look exactly like a couple. And look, you even dressed the same today. Are you two secretly dating?" So then both of them started arguing that there is nothing like that. Then Yuming came back to his seat, and the other two boys started talking to Shen. But that is when their new class teacher, Miss Feng, arrived there and grabbed both of those boys by the ear and started scolding them. Then Miss Feng very sweetly asked, "Yuming, can you get a feedback form filled from the top student of the class for me?" He said yes, so Miss Feng smiled and left. And then Yuming's friends started teasing him. Again, what a thing. You have already become the new teacher's favorite. Seeing all of this, Shen started thinking again about what future Shen had said all of this also came true. In the next scene, Shen was walking in the ground with both her friends, Fuxiao and Ling, and eating ice cream. That is when all three of them saw a boy coming near the gate who was extremely handsome. So all the girls started praising him, saying, "This is the first time we have seen such a good-looking boy in school. But who is he? We have never seen him here before." Well, that boy said hello to Shen. So Fuxiao and Ling both asked Shen, in surprise, "Do you know him?" But Shen herself had no idea, meaning she could not even recognize this boy. That boy gave Shen some sign. So only then Shen remembered he is none other than Shen's old classmate, Lin, who is also the second male lead of the drama. Actually, Lin was very fat before, and his height was also short. So everyone was shocked. How did he change so much? Age? Okay, losing weight is understandable, but how did he get so tall? Was cut here. And now we were shown the present time of the future, meaning here, we were now shown future Shen, who had finally become a famous actress, which was her dream. She was sitting at her home and talking to her manager about a film because her role was not getting confirmed. That is when she got a message which had a recording in it. When Shen listened to the recording, she found out that in this recording, Shen is drunk and saying a lot of bad things about China's famous film director, Mr. Song. And she is also saying that that director uses girls. Shen was completely shocked hearing all of this, but she could not remember when that recording was made. That is when she got an unknown call in which a computer voice was speaking, meaning the voice was such that you could not tell if it was a girl or a boy talking. Well, Shen asked, "Who are you and are you blackmailing me?" So then the reply came, "If you do not give me 10 million yuan, I will make this recording public. After that, you will never get any film, and your career will also be destroyed forever." Hearing this, Shen became very troubled. Then she suddenly remembered, maybe this recording is from the class union party, when she was drunk and talking to her classmates. That is when the doorbell rang, and outside there was a parcel kept for Shen, which she brought inside. But then she threw it in the dustbin. But suddenly a very loud thunder struck, and time started rewinding. Meaning this is an important scene of the present time. Because of this, the present and past time get connected through something kept in a parcel. But right now, Shen does not know this. Well, the parcel came back into Shen's hands. So this time when Shen opened it and looked inside, there was her old MP3 recorder in it. So Shen kept it. After that, she got a message from Ling that I have arranged a class union party, and you are also invited. So now because Shen suspects that the person blackmailing her is none other than her own classmate, she agreed to go to the party. And she had already told her manager about all of this. So when she got out of the car, her manager was telling her, find the blackmailer who sent you that recording as soon as possible. Because if that recording goes public, everyone will think that you are also behind Casey's suicide attempt. Actually, in the present time, Shen was already stuck in one problem. In the movie she was working in, she had a fight with another actress named Casey. Because of that, somehow Casey tried to commit suicide and is now admitted in the hospital in a serious condition. And people are thinking that Shen is behind all of this, meaning so much was already going on in Shen's life, and now on top of that, someone is blackmailing her with a recording. Meanwhile, inside the party, when everyone was watching the same suicide news on TV, that is when Shen also arrived there. Seeing her, everyone was very surprised, because ever since Shen became famous, she had been meeting everyone less and less due to her busy schedule. And Yuming was also there, who was the most surprised seeing Shen. Well, Ling took Shen to a room so she could rest a little because Shen had come from very far away. That is when Shen got a recording on her MP3, in which past Shen was talking about her dream. Shen thought it was an old recording, so she also recorded her own voice, saying the dream of becoming an actress is all useless. But when the reply came back, "Who are you?" So then she was also shocked. Actually, this was that same time of past and present, when 2007 Shen was talking to 2020 Shen. And both of them were surprised hearing each other's recording. Then Shen realized when the thunder struck loudly at the time of opening the parcel, that must be when the past and future time got connected. Realizing all of this, she was still very shocked. Then the scene shifted back to 2007, where in Shen's class, everyone started staring at Lin. How did he change so much in just 2 months of winter break? That is when the teacher arrived and everyone quickly sat in their seats. Well, the teacher asked the top 10 students to stand up, and Shen was also among them. Miss Feng started asking, "Why did you all write such bad feedback about me? I have been teaching so many great classes, and I was specially called here for you all because no other teacher is ready to teach you." So everyone stood there quietly because they found this teacher very strict. That is why everyone had given bad feedback, and Shen had told her friends to do so because future Shen had already told her everything about how this new teacher is going to make everyone's life difficult. Well, Miss Fang thought that the one good feedback that came must have been given only by Shen, but Shen clearly denied that she gave any good feedback. So hearing this, Miss Fang got even more angry, and she decided that she would now split the class. Hearing this, all the students became very sad, because now they would have to be separated from their own friend, meaning the whole class was about to break apart. Meanwhile, in the future, Shen suddenly felt like her head was getting heavy. And then she started seeing other things too, that all her friends were getting separated from her because of the changes in the past. So in the future too, everything suddenly changed. Meaning Shen ended up in an empty room where she was alone, and there was no class union party happening there. Ling came there and said, "Pack your things quickly, we have to shift." So then Shen said, "Where did everyone go?" There was a union party happening here. So then Ling said that maybe you saw a dream, because our class had been separated. Because of that, no one was anyone's friend anymore. Hearing this, Shen was shocked. How can this be? Then she realized that maybe the past had changed. So she asked past Shen through her MP3 recorder, "What have you done?" So then she told her that when she heard the new teacher was not good, She had made everyone give bad reviews to get rid of her. But now, because of this, their class was getting separated. Then past Shen asked present Shen for help. But Shen said that now there is nothing I can do. You yourself will have to do something to stop the class from being separated. Otherwise, so much bad can happen because of such a big change. So then, Shen started thinking about how and in what way she can fix everything. Well, now we see the 2007 scene where all students were worried and thinking about how to stop this decision. That is when Shen asked everyone to think of ideas, but everyone was giving very useless ideas. So then Ling told Shen, do one thing, go back to sleep. Who knows? Just like you got that future deja vu in the morning, maybe something like that will come back to you again. So then Shen remembered her MP3, and she took it and went out of the class on the excuse of going to the washroom. Next in the corridor outside, Shen met Yuming, who said to her, I can help you, but Shen had absolutely no trust in him. So she went and started threatening Yuming. Why are you pretending to be so nice? Is there any hand of yours behind all of this? So then Yuming got a little nervous and said, I don't know what you are talking about. So Shen asked, was it you who wrote the one good review? Tell me the truth. I won't tell anyone. So then Yuming accepted that he was the one who wrote that good feedback, meaning he went against the whole class. Shen got angry at him how useless you are. You just switched sides when you saw a benefit. So then he said it's not like that, just listen to me. But Shen refused and said pack your things and leave our class. Saying this, Shen was walking away. But Yuming said, think again, because I can truly help you in bringing the class back. So then Shen looked at him and said, come and tell me your idea. But Yuming played hard to get and started walking away. Then Shen followed him, requesting, please tell me, what is the plan? Because right now, no idea is coming to my mind. Then the scene cut and it was shown that when Miss Feng came to the class, all students were sitting there. Miss Feng said mockingly, now there is no point sitting here. From tomorrow, you all will get your new class. But that is when Shen started speaking on the mic, and all students started singing a song together. After that, Shen praised Miss Feng on the mic and said sorry to her, and the students also gave Miss Feng a gift. Shen said, we made the mistake of not understanding how good a teacher you are. Now we have understood our mistake, so we want you to give us one more chance and remain our class teacher. Miss Feng had become emotional with all of this, so she finally took back the decision of separating the class. So then all the students became very happy. And when Yuming went to the podcast room to tell Shen this news, he stood there for a moment, just looking at Shen, because at that time, Shen was looking very attractive, as if Yuming had gotten lost in Shen's cuteness. When Shen noticed Yuming, she said, quickly tell me what happened. Did Miss Feng agree? So then Yuming first made a sad face and came close to Shen. But when he told her that the teacher agreed, hearing this, Shen became so happy that but then she suddenly stepped back and started hitting his foot. But just then, Shen's foot slipped and she was about to fall. But that is when Yuming caught her. But by mistake, the mic was turned on. By the way, these two were very close to each other at that moment. So they started looking at each other in surprise. Yuming said, just imagine if everyone on the mic heard right now that we two are together, what will happen? Meaning, they already think we two are a couple. So then Shen loudly said, get away from me, which the whole school heard because the mic was on. So then everyone got excited. What is going on between these two in the podcast room? Meanwhile, Lin, who also heard all of this, did not feel good hearing it at all because he has liked Shen since childhood. So hearing all this, he started feeling jealous. At night, we see that future Shen and past Shen were talking with each other. Past Shen asked, have I become an actress? So future Shen told her yes. Hearing this, past Shen became very happy. Then future Shen said, I need your help, meaning I want you to find out about a person named Casey. But before she could finish her full sentence, someone came there who started hugging Shen. Shen was very shocked, who is this? So when she turned around, she found out it was none other than Yuming, and both of them were wearing couple nightdress. So Shen was very surprised and could not understand anything. What is Yuming doing in my bedroom? That is when Yuming pulled her toward him and started to kiss her, but Shen pushed him away. So then Yuming said, what is wrong with you? And then he got irritated and went to the bathroom to get his things. So then Shen asked past Shen in surprise, what have you done now that Yuming and I have become a couple? Past Shen said, how can this be? Could it be because of the accident in the announcement room? Future Shen said angrily, stop doing such things, because all of this is changing the future. Then past Shen asks, by the way, will I get a role in the film Welfare Play? So future Shen said, I don't remember. It has been a long time. So when she noticed Yuming's laptop, she started checking it. After checking, she told past Shen, you will get the second lead role. But when she saw that the film was directed by Mr. Song, meaning that same director about whom Shen had said a lot of bad things in the present, and because of which someone is now blackmailing her through a recording. Also, Mr. Song is going to become a very big director in the future. So Shen told her past self, you have to somehow get Mr. Song's attention toward you. meaning no matter what, you have to get the main female lead role, not the second female lead, because by doing so, I will get a lot of benefit in the present. So then she agreed. Next day, we see that Shen was watching TV and thinking about how she will get the main lead role. The next day, she went with her friends to get some things and started telling them, in this film, welfare play, I want the lead role. For that, I need a handsome partner. Only then will the director notice me properly. So then both of them said, you should take Lin along with you, because now he has become very handsome. But when Shen looked at Lin, he was sleeping right there in the shop. And once he falls asleep, even many people shaking him cannot wake him up. So Shen refused to make Lin her partner, and said, I should take someone who is neither too handsome nor too useless. Saying this, she quickly went to find Yuming. So Yuming was playing basketball on the ground. And when he noticed Shen, he pretended to leave the game and go away. Shen came to him, gave him water, and asked, will you audition for the film Welfare? Yuming refused, I am in sports, meaning I have no interest in acting. So then Shen started requesting him, I just need to make you my partner, just for some time. But Yuming still refused. So then Shen said, okay, I will ask Lin then. Anyway, he is much more handsome than you. Hearing this, Yuming started getting jealous, because by now he had started liking Shen. So he agreed to go with Shen to the audition. Meanwhile, in the future, when Yuming came back from the shower, Shen was looking at something on his laptop. So Yuming asked, what are you doing on my laptop? Don't you have to sleep? So then Shen said, you go sleep outside. I have some emails coming, that is why I am awake. So then Yuming left. Then Shen started deleting some files. But that is when she noticed a recording. It was that same recording that had been sent to her, the blackmail one. So Shen was very shocked and started thinking, could Yuming himself be the one who's blackmailing me? Well, in the next scene, we were shown that the whole city was talking about this. Mr. Song has cast Casey and Shen in his film, but Shen was now 30 years old, meaning much older than Casey. So the audience trolled this very badly because they did not think Shen was a good choice for the film. And they all wanted Casey to get the female lead role. And now we see the scene from 2 days before Casey's suicide attempt. Shen was doing her makeup. Actually, when Shen had made some changes in the future and the reunion party had suddenly ended, from that same time, the present timeline had gone back a few days. So this time was 2 days before Casey's suicide attempt. Well, Casey and her assistant came there, and Casey's assistant started saying that the seat where you are doing your makeup is Casey's, but Shen did not move from there. So then Casey said, it's okay, I can at least respect my senior this much. Anyway, the poor thing did not get the lead actress role. So then Shen said, what nonsense are you talking? We are both lead roles. So then Casey told her, but the focus will be more on me. You are a side character. And then she went and sat on another seat. Shen got angry, and she took a blush box and went to Casey and started saying, I am your senior, right? And now I do not have many more opportunities. So why don't you give this role to me? You are very young anyway. You will get many more chances in the future. But Casey clearly refused to do so. So Shen dropped that blush on her, which ruined all her clothes. That is when the scriptwriter said cut, and we found out that all of this was just the audition of their new movie. And Shen had changed the script, meaning in acting she was supposed to beg Casey for this role, but she did not do that. So the scriptwriter started lecturing Shen, why did you not follow the script? So then she said, because I cannot beg for a role like this. This script is related to my life, and everything that is happening to me in the film industry is what I do not want to show on screen. Mr. Song said, you should not argue and should do your role. Then the scriptwriter sent Casey and Shen away from there. Mr. Song said, you said these two are very good actresses. So what is all this now? So the scriptwriter told him Casey is very good and young, so I chose her. But Shen kept calling me again and again for this role, so I had to take her. Then the scriptwriter said quietly to Mr. Song, Casey will also please you physically. So then Mr. Song said, that is all fine. But where did this Shen work before? Because her face looks familiar to me. So the scriptwriter told him Shen has only done small roles, and it has been a full 10 years for her in the industry. Well, now the scene shifted to the makeup room where Shen was sitting. That is when Casey came there with her assistant. Then her assistant told Casey, Mr. Song has called you today to meet at the hotel. So then Casey asks, will meeting at the hotel be safe? So her assistant said yes. Then that assistant started indirectly taunting Shen about her age and face, saying that some people just come after plastic surgery. So then Shen said, the face of mine that you are talking about, many people feel insecure because of it. So I don't need plastic surgery. And it is not necessary that every person standing in a crowd gets a chance to become an actor. Meaning even now you can go outside and see how long the line of beautiful plastic surgery girls is in the auditions, but they are still not getting work. I have talent. I have skill. That is why I have survived in this industry for 10 years. At least unlike you, I don't have to do this useless assistant job. So then the assistant was left speechless. And Casey also scolded her assistant, you should not have passed such comments. Well, this scene was cut here. And now we were shown the 2007 scene, where Shen and Yuming were both standing in the audition line. That is when the villain came and told Shen Lin probably won't be able to come because he has fallen asleep again and won't wake up even after 100 tries. So Shen had no other option left except going with Yuming. Then, when it was time to submit the form, Shen said that she would not participate. She had just come to support Yuming. Hearing this, Yuming was shocked. Why is she saying this? Because I myself came here because of her. But Shen told him, I will tell you everything later. For now, just do as I say. So then he went inside. Yuming asked, what is all this? So then she said, I just have a plan, and I'm here to support you. So don't worry. By the way, now Shen had to sit in the audience, but she went on stage with Yuming, where she said, Yuming does not know how to act, so I will stay with him to give him courage and also speak the girl's dialogue. But the director refused her and told her to come down. Yuming also tried to convince the director, let my friend do this, but he did not listen. And Lin, who was sleeping there, they somehow woke him up and sent him with Yuming. Shen thought the director would not like the acting of these two, but the opposite happened. Meaning the director found Yuming and Lin absolutely perfect for this role. So Shen came out in anger and started saying bad things about future Shen. This girl has ruined everything for me. Shen's friends asked, who are you talking about? So she said, a girl who always ruins my work. But Shen's friends could not understand what Shen meant. Well, Shen was going while crying, because in the attempt to do something new and get attention, she had lost this opportunity. That is when Lin came and told her the director has also selected you, meaning they liked your style very much. So hearing this, Shen was very surprised and happy. Next we see their audition, where now some students from all of these had to be selected for the background role, where everyone just had to smile. The director told everyone, smile and show me. So Shen gave her best. So the director selected her immediately, but on the day of the shoot, Shen could not smile well, while Yuming and Lin were giving hilarious reactions. So after the pack-up, the director told Shen the thing that impressed me on the audition day is not showing now. So Shen asked for one more chance from him. Then Lin and Yuming also requested Shen truly wants to do this role, so then he agreed. Next, it was shown that when the first take was ruined because of Shen, she started feeling scared, while Yuming encouraged her, saying that everyone should remember good memories of their school. So everyone started giving better and more natural smiles. But Shen suddenly lost her confidence, meaning she started feeling like everyone was making fun of her, that she cannot even do a small role. What will she become an actor when she grows up? So while smiling, Shen started crying badly. But now her smile with tears looked so real that director Song was very surprised. And he liked this natural act so much that he called his cameraman and had the camera specially focused on Shen for the perfect shot. Well, when the shoot ended, Shen thought everything had gone wrong. So she went to say sorry to the director, but he, on the contrary, started praising her and also asked Shen her name, saying, I am sure that in the future, you are going to become a very famous actress, so we will definitely work together in the future. Shen became very happy hearing this and also asked the director his name, so he told her, Director Song, meaning the same director who we had seen in past time doing the shoot of Shen and Casey. And he is the same one about whom Shen had said bad things at the party, and then someone recorded it and started blackmailing Shen. Meanwhile, future Shen, when she saw that clip in which the camera was specially focused on her, she became very happy seeing it. Well, the scene shifted back to 2007, where in class all students were doing their work, and Ling was looking at Lin from her mirror as if she was interested in him. That is when Miss Fang noticed her, so she took Ling's mirror, and then she told all students to do revision in the free period and went out herself. So then all students did not study, but started talking to each other. But when the teacher came back, everyone quickly sat in their seats. Then the teacher told them that their extra labor and skill class was going to start from tomorrow, which would have many different types of classes, so all students could join in groups of 5. Hearing this, everyone became very happy, and all the girls started asking, Lin, which class will you go to? But he said he had not decided yet. But that is when Fuxiao convinced Ling and Shen to come with her to the stretching class. After that, girls kept coming back to Lin one after another, bringing him things, which he accepted, because he had now become quite famous, but he did not like drinking all of it. So when he was about to throw it away, Shen came there and started asking him for the juice. Lin gave her the juice very lovingly, so then she became very happy. And Lin was also happy seeing Shen happy, because she is special to him. Well, Lin now asked Fuxiao, which class are all of you going to? Fuxiao told her choice. But when Yuming asked about it too, she said irritatedly, why are you coming to me? Go and ask Shen yourself, because I know you are only asking this because of her. So then he went quiet. Well, now the scene shifted to 2020, where when Shen came down from the room, all her classmates were sitting there. And seeing Lin there, Shen became very happy and went and hugged him. Actually, today was the same class union day, which was also that night when Shen had come to meet all her friends. Well, she asked Lin, "Were you at the class union party that happened before this party? And did you hear me in my drunk state talking about Director Song?" So then Lin said no, meaning ever since I came back from Korea, this is my first party. So then Shen went quiet. And right there, Yuming, who was hearing all this, left from there feeling jealous. So Shen started doubting, could it really be Yuming who had made that recording? So she went back to the room, and Yuming joined her there and asked, "How did your conversation with Lin go?" Shen said, "Yes, but why have you come back here?" So then he said, "I had some urgent work." Shen started doubting. So she asked, "By the way, what do you do for work?" So then Yuming said, in surprise, "What kind of question is this? As if you don't know me and my work." So then Shen said, "It's not like that. I am your girlfriend, so that's why I was asking." So then Yuming said, "Come and see for yourself." And then he pulled Shen and sat her on his lap, but she was feeling very uncomfortable. So she got up and said, "You do your work, I am going." But Yuming said, "You always want to know what I am talking to my boss about." But now what happened? And then he started coming close to Shen and was also bothering her. But that is when Ling came there and told Shen to check the news. And they saw Casey's suicide news on the news, which shocked Shen very badly. Meaning, just like Casey's suicide attempt news had come before, it had come again now. So she got scared and went to the washroom. And she said into her MP3, "To her past self, remember, you must never become an actress. Never." Meanwhile, the scene shifted back to 2007, where when Shen and Ling were going home, Shen's eyes fell on a poster. But that is when Yiming came there and started snatching Shen's bag, saying, "I need to build a body, so I will carry your bag." Shen refused, but he did not listen. That is when Ling asked Shen to come to a store. So Shen asked for her bag back from Yuming, but he was not giving it. So then Shen said, "I just need to take my purse from it." So then Yuming suddenly let go of the bag, because of which Shen fell. So he started saying sorry to her. But Shen, in anger, took her purse, looked back at Yuming, and went to the shop. And as soon as she left, Yuming took out her form from the bag to see which class she was going to, so that Yuming could join the same class. That is the only reason he wanted the bag. But just then, seeing Shen coming, in the hurry to close the bag, he broke the zip of Shen's bag. And then he got very scared. So he gave Shen her bag and ran away from there, while Shen kept shouting at Yuming, "Now, you will have to get me a new bag." Well, now we see that Shen sneakily came and took that poster with her, which was for some audition. That night, Shen was watching a drama and started practicing acting. But then she got future Shen's message on her recorder, the same message about not becoming an actress. So hearing this, Shen said, "Now I will not listen to you at all. And anyway, I got a poster, so I will definitely go and give the audition." Future Shen tried to explain that it could be a fraud. And an actress's life is not easy. In front of my eyes itself, something very bad has happened to an actress. But past Shen did not listen to her at all, and put the MP3 on the side. Meanwhile, future Shen was still troubled about Casey's news. So she called her manager and found out that Casey was admitted in the hospital in a serious condition. So the manager was handling Casey's problems. Shen said, "But you are my manager, so you should have been with me." But the manager said the company had hired him, and right now the company wants him to stay near Casey. So he cannot help Shen at all. She should handle things herself. Hearing this, Shen's whole mood was ruined. The next day, when past Shen was sitting and sleeping in class, Ling came sneakily and asked her, "Should we change our extra skill class? Because I have absolutely no desire to learn stitching." So then Shen was about to change her class. But that is when Fuxiao came and said, "Remember, we all have to go to the same class." So then both of their moods were ruined, and unwillingly, they had to join the stitching class. Seeing Shen, Lin, and Yuming also took this class because both of them are always just looking for an excuse to stay close to Shen. And seeing these two, other boys who were their friends, also came here. But when their teacher Miss Fang saw this, she put the boys in the photography class. Only one boy, namely Jin Shi, was left here. Next we see that Lin and Yuming's mood was bad after coming to the photography class, while Shen was also quite bored. Only Ling was happy because her crush was also in that class. Then Shen told Ling and Jinxi her plan she was going to bunk class and go give an audition. Ling said she would come along, but Shen refused and said, "You are the one who will mark my attendance. Anyway, Miss Fang is not going to come to this class, and this new teacher doesn't even know me." So then Ling had to agree. Then Shen sneakily left from there. But when she reached the gate, Lin stopped her and said, "I am in the photography class, so will you be my model?" Shen wanted to refuse, but she could not say no to Lin, so she started making some poses for Lin. But then after a little while, she made the excuse of a stomachache and started leaving. But just then, her foot hit a bag and she fell on top of Lin. But Lin had caught her, The two were very close, and Shen was also liking this a little. Then Lin started remembering a childhood scene when he was new to school, meaning when he had shifted from Korea to China. At that time, Shen had helped him by teaching him the Chinese language. That is why from that very moment, Lin has liked Shen. Then in the present, he told Shen, "If you are in pain, you can go." But Shen said, "It's okay, complete your photos." Meanwhile, from above, when Yuming saw Shen, she appeared to be posing alone, meaning he could not see Lin. So he started making fun of Shen, telling his friend, "Looks like some ghost has entered her. Why is she posing alone like this?" And then both of them laughed. Meanwhile, Shen went near the gate, but the guard noticed her, so she went back, and then tried to jump over a wall, and she was about to fall. But at that moment, Lin saved her again. This moment was quite sweet. Then Shen told him she was going for an audition. That is why she was bunking school. So then Lin said, "I will not tell anyone. You go." So then Shen left happily from there. After which, in the next scene, we were shown that after reaching the company, the cameraman clicked many photos of Shen. Then the director there called Shen and said, "Look, since you are a new person, we will have to think whether to take you or not." Shen said, "Any role is fine for me. Small or big, I can do everything. And I also know acting." So then the director said, "Look, you will have to pay 800 won as a fee." Shen got nervous. Why would I have to pay money? So then he said from new actors, people take 1,000 or 2,000 won. But I am still giving you a discount. But at that time, Shen only had 300 yuan with her. So she said, "I will come later and give the money." But the director told her, "How do we know you will come back? So you will have to leave something behind." So then Shen took out her mobile, saying, "I have this." So then the director quickly took her mobile from her. By the way, this director's intentions did not seem right, but Shen, in the happiness of becoming an actress, was very happy. After which, when Shen came back to class, she saw Miss Feng standing at the gate. So she quickly started acting busy and gave a signal to her friends that everything is done. Well, after Miss Feng left, Shen asked for money help from Jingxi, Ling, and Lin, and all three of them agreed to give money. But in exchange, they each gave different tasks that Shen would have to do. Like Jingxi asked Shen to do his homework for all subjects, and Ling got her stitching design made from Shen, which was very big and difficult. And Lin asked Shen to be his model. Shen stayed up late and did all their work. And finally, when she got the money, she quickly went back to that company, where the director directly kept the money, meaning he did not return the mobile. When Shen asked for her mobile back, the director said, "First you will have to sign the contract." Shen asked, "If I sign the contract, will I become an actress?" So then the director said, "Apart from TV, there are many other places where you can do acting," and then started giving a strange smile. And the cameraman also looked a little nervous. So Shen started reading the contract. In the next scene, we see that Lin had fallen asleep right there while clicking photos. And when he woke up, he saw Shen's MP3 lying there. So Lin kept that MP3 with himself and went to find Shen. He went to the class and asked Ling and Fuxiao, "Where is Shen? Has she still not come back from the audition?" So then both of them said that Shen has still not come. Hearing this, Lin got worried. It has been 5 full hours. Why has she not come yet? Yuming also heard all of this, and now he too started worrying about Shen. So he asked, "Which audition has Shen gone to?" Then Ling told him that Shen had found a poster outside school. So she just saw the address on it and went to give the audition. Yuming got irritated and said, "And she must have taken money along for the audition too." So then Ling said, "Yes, she had taken money from them by doing their work." So then Yuming got even more angry. How can Shen be this stupid? Then he also got angry at Lin. It was you who helped her leave school. Lin said, "If you had seen us doing this, you could have come and stopped us." And then a fight started between them. After that, Fuxia quieted both of them and said, "Don't waste time. We should leave right now to find Shen. Who knows what trouble she is in at this time." Then all of them sneakily avoided the guard and left school to find Shen. Meanwhile, we see Shen, who was asking the director many questions about the agreement, because written in the agreement was that Shen would become not an actress, but an influencer. So she refused. The director tried very hard to convince her, but Shen did not agree. So then the director showed her the profile of the boy standing there, namely Zulin, and said, "Look, he is both a photographer and an actor, meaning everyone who works with us becomes an actor." But Shen still could not trust this. That is when she saw Zulin signaling her secretly don't sign the contract. So Shen made an excuse and took Zulin with her, saying she wanted to ask him about his experience personally. So then the director sent both of them away. Then alone, Zulin told Shen, "This is a trap, because I also came here to become an actor, and I also signed the agreement. But written in the agreement is that if we work with them, we cannot do any other job, and whatever we do, we will have to do under them. That is why I am stuck here, a slave to them." Hearing this, Shen was very shocked, and asked, "Apart from you, has anyone else been fooled here?" So then Zulin said no. "Many people came, but everyone ran away hearing about the money. Only you have stayed." So then Shen, started regretting her stupidity. Why is my brain so lazy that things take so long to make sense to me? Then she told Zulin, don't worry, I will get you out of all of this today too. Then Shen asked Zulin for his mobile and started doing something. On the other side, Shen's friends came outside school looking for that poster, but now there was no poster there. Then Ling tried to call Shen, but her mobile was coming as switched off, because of which all of them got even more worried. All of them started asking people nearby about Shen, and Ling directly started looking for the poster inside the dustbin, which the shop uncle was surprised seeing. What do you children want? Ask me. I will give you 10 or 20 won. So then Yuming told him, we are not beggars. We are just looking for a poster. But the uncle also did not know anything about it. But when he lifted his cup, they found the poster lying on the table. So Yuming asked, is this the same poster? So then Ling said, yes, it is. But the last number in it was not clearly visible. Then Fuxio tried different numbers, but none of them connected. So Yumin and Lin gave up and sat down. Now, how will we find Shen? But Jinxie was watching Fuxio talk very lovingly, as if he had a crush on her. So this kept going on for a long time, meaning Yuming and Lin kept worrying about how to find Shen, while their friend was busy looking at a girl. That is when one number connected and they finally got the address of that company. So all of them became very happy and quickly left to go there. Meanwhile, Shen started questioning the director again. You have written in the agreement that I cannot work anywhere else. And if that happens, I will have to pay 10 million won. The director was answering all of Shen's questions. But at one point, he got irritated too and finally accepted, yes, all of this was just a trick to trap you. But you have no proof to prove me wrong. So then Shen took out Zulin's mobile in which all the conversations had been recorded. Seeing this, the director got very scared. Meanwhile, we see that Shen's friends reached that place, but now they were scared to go inside. Who will go in? Ling said, I will go and give you all a signal, then you all also come inside. But all of them did not think it was safe for a girl to go. So Yuming came up with an idea and decided to go inside, wearing Fuxiao and Ling's clothes. He did not look like a girl in it at all, but he was in full confidence. After he went, the rest of them noticed that Lin had disappeared from there. So they all started thinking whenever there is trouble, Lin runs away, meaning he is a traitor. But Ling supported Lin, no. He is not like that. You will see. He will definitely come back. Meanwhile, when Yuming went inside, the director himself came to do his photo shoot. So Yuming was giving him good poses. The director said, you are very beautiful, but now show your dance skills too. So then, Yuming started dancing in a very strange way. That too, with full confidence, as if he was doing very well. The director now made him wear something and said, imagine that you are on a beach and you have to dance. So then Yuming, imagining himself on a beach, started dancing in a very ridiculous way, and he was just busy impressing the director. Then when he turned around, the director signaled his men who lifted Yuming and took him with them, meaning the director already knew everything that this was not a girl, but a boy. So he came forward and said, did these children really think they could fool a villain like me? And then in a flashback, we were shown that when Shen had threatened with the recording, the director had called his men and had Shen caught and locked her in a room. So now he did the same with Yuming. And now when both of them were in one room, Shen looked at Yuming in surprise and said, why did you come here like this? Yuming got angry at Shen. What do you mean like this? Of course I came to save you. Shen said, how exactly is this saving? So then Yuming said, if you had not been stupid enough to come here, I would not have been stuck here either. And then both of them started thinking about what to do next. Meanwhile, outside, those three friends were thinking, it has been a long time. Why is Yuming still not giving a signal? So all three understood that something was wrong. And then all three directly went inside to save their friends, where a fight started with the director's men. Hearing the noise, Yuming and Shen also somehow untied their hands, but they could not go outside because the door was locked. So Yuming for no reason took off his shirt, told Shen, cover yourself with this because there's a lot of danger outside, and I want to keep you safe. Shen also quietly hid herself there. And when Yuming was about to break the door with full force, Zulin opened the door from outside, because of which poor Yuming got a very hard hit on his nose. Seeing this, Shen said irritatedly, this guy is absolutely useless, and she threw his shirt on his face and left. And coming outside, she started fighting with the director. Yuming tried to get up again, but because of Zulin, he got hit on his face again, and this time he became unconscious. Outside, the poor friends were getting badly beaten, so Shen also helped them. Then finally, Lin arrived there, with Miss Fang and the guard. And now what was going to happen? Lin also started fighting with everyone, and his fighting skills were so good that he easily defeated everyone. And when he lifted Ling and Fuxiao, Fuxiao just kept looking at Lin, meaning she developed a crush on Lin. Lin and Shen also came to help Yuming. where Lin said, "Sorry to Shen, I should have stopped you from going to the audition." So then Shen said, "It's okay. I myself was very stupid," while Yuming was listening to both of their conversations and getting irritated. Well, all of them left from there. And outside it was shown that Ling was worried about Lin's friend. Meanwhile, Yuming was just cleaning his shoes and telling Shen that these are very expensive. And Fuxiao was just looking at Lin and praising him. "You are so strong." Well, Lin called Shen and returned her MP3, and he had also put a small sticker on it because it had broken a little. So Shen thanked him. That is when Lin fell asleep because it was his sleeping time. So Yuming handled him, and then all of them carried Lin and left from there. That is when Zulin also came outside and thanked Shen for the help. So then Shen said, "I still want to become an actress, and I hope we meet again in the future." So Zulin said, "I will open my own company in the future, and then we will make a deal." Shen agreed and said bye to him, and went with her friends. Then the scene shifted to 2020, where future Shen came downstairs and started looking at everyone who could have sent that recording to me, meaning she was looking at everyone with suspicion. That is when everyone sat together and started eating food. Even then, Shen was staring at everyone with suspicious eyes. That is when suddenly loud thunder struck, and time suddenly stopped. Shen was very surprised seeing all this, and then new memories started coming to her, meaning everything that had happened with Shen in the past, because all of this had not happened before. And then after a little while, everything became normal. After which, Shen got a call from her manager, who was none other than Zulin. He asked Shen, "How are you?" So Shen got confused. "Why are you calling me? You were with Casey to take care of her, right?" So then Zulin said, "What kind of thing are you saying? I am your manager. How can I leave you at such a time? And anyway, I have been your friend for the past 10 years. So then Shen could not understand anything, because Zulin had met her only 2 years ago. That is when past Shen's memories started coming back to her again. So then she understood, in the past, some more changes had happened, because of which Zulin had become her 10-year-old friend. Well, Shen told Zulin, "I need all of Casey's details." So then Zulin told her that he had met Casey's manager. But the strange thing was that Casey's manager had no tension on his face at all. Shen said okay and sat with her friend. That is when she got the blackmailer's message again, if anything happens to Casey, meaning if she dies, you will become the main lead. But if Mr. Song gets this recording, what do you think? Will he keep you in his movie? Shen looked at the message in surprise and started thinking, who could have sent this to me? That is when she noticed Jingxi coming from outside with his mobile, so Shen now started suspecting him. Meanwhile, in 2007, we were shown that the next day when Shen reached school, Ling quickly asked her to come to the display board, where the design Shen had made for Ling had won first prize. So Shen also became happy seeing this. So when all of them were together, Shen asked Jingxi during Truth or Dare, who were you going outside to talk to secretly from everyone? Jingxi at first did not tell, but then he told he went to message his ex-wife. Hearing this, everyone was shocked. So Yuming said in surprise, "You got married and even got divorced. And you never told anyone about this." While all of us are still single, Shen looked at Yuming in surprise. Single means we two were together, right? Hearing this, Yuming said, "Have you been drinking? Why are you saying such things?" So then Shen realized, surely something must have changed in the past again, because of which Shen and Yuming are no longer a couple. Meanwhile, when a boy named Yang said something, his voice was slightly matching the blackmailers. So now Shen started suspecting Yang, after which now, we were shown the 2007 scene, where Yuming's mood was very bad because of something, and he was also ignoring Shen, as if he was jealous about something again. Yang asked him for a book, so Yuming left the class saying, "Take it yourself." Then Yang looked at another book of Yuming, inside which he found the photo from that time when Shen had accidentally fallen close to Lin while clicking photos. But it looked in the photo as if these two were kissing. So treating this as big news, Yang posted it online. "Look friends, Shen and Lin have something going on between them." Everyone was very surprised seeing this, and started reading the online comments. While Yuming got worried, I was the one who clicked this photo. But who posted it? Meanwhile, future Shen asked past Shen through the MP3, "What have you done now that I am single again? At least let me stay with Yuming to find out the truth." So then past Shen said irritatedly, "Stop giving me orders." And it is good that Yuming left my future, because I did not like him at all. But now because future Shen had liked Yuming coming close as a couple, she felt bad they had gone back to being just friends. That is when Yuming came into the room and started telling Shen about the room temperature, how to increase and decrease it. So then Shen started looking at him very lovingly, as if she had now started liking him. But Yuming found all of this strange, so he left from there right then. Well, the scene shifted back to 2007, where the whole school was talking about Shen and Lin's secret relationship, but Shen had no idea about it. So she went to class and asked her friends, "What is going on? Why is everyone staring at me?" So then her friends told her about the post and asked, "Are you really dating Lin? You didn't even tell us." So then Shen was very surprised seeing all this and told her friends, There is nothing like that. Who knows who spread this fake rumor? So then, Ling told her, I heard that Yang is behind all this. He is the one who uploaded this post. Hearing this, Shen also got very angry. Meanwhile, Yuming was also very angry. How is everyone thinking of Shen and Lin as a couple? While I like Shen, Yuming's friends asked, what happened to you now? So then Yuming told them that he likes Shen. Hearing this, at first both of them made fun of him, but then said now we will start a new rumor that you and Shen are in a relationship, not Lin and Shen. Because by doing this, everyone will then think of you two as a couple. Meanwhile, near the ground, when Shen was sitting, Lin brought something for her, and then both of them started talking while eating. Lin asked, do you have any problem with that post, with how people are talking about us? So then Shen said, well, there is nothing like that. Anyway, I will become a famous celebrity in the future, so such rumors about me will keep coming. I should get used to them from now itself. So then Lin laughed at her words, and was also happy about the fact that Shen had no problem with having her name linked with his. Then he asked Shen for help in studies. Shen said yes, so then Lin became even more happy. And seeing both of them together, the other students started teasing them. Look, these two look so cute together. So then Yuming's became very jealous first. These two are not even a couple. Still, they have no problem at all with this fake rumor, as if they both wanted exactly this. Meanwhile, Jingxi, to take revenge for his friend, picked up a ball and threw it toward Lin. But Lin easily caught that ball because he was also perfect at everything. Seeing this, Shen got angry and went down to fight with all of them. Then she asked who had posted that. Yuming came and lied, yes, I did it. What will you do? And anyway, seeing you two, it doesn't look like either of you are upset about that post. So then Shen said, what do you have to do with whatever is between us? Why are you speaking nonsense? Hearing all of this, Yuming got even more angry, and Shen also left from there in anger. At night, we see that Yang and Jingxi, out of sympathy for their friend, started spreading a new rumor that Shen and Lin are a couple. In fact, these two were always in a secret relationship from the beginning, which post suddenly got a lot of likes. And along with that, these two had deleted Lin's previous post. Next day, when Shen came to school, everyone started staring at her again. So Shen again could not understand what has happened this time now. Why are people looking at me like this? So she asked her friend. Then Ling told her, the useless boys of our class have spread another rumor about you, that you are now not dating Lin, but Yuming. That is why everyone is staring at you and saying you are a bad girl who keeps changing boys. Hearing this, Shen got very angry. But at that time, Miss Fang had arrived, so Shen quietly sat in her seat. Miss Fang asked Shen to make a list according to the class situation so that student groups could be made for the exam. After that, Shen gave everyone a sheet, and she also gave Yuming a letter. Actually, she had called Yuming alone to meet at their old place, which was the announcement room. So going into that room, Yuming asked, why have you called me here? So she said, tell me, what is your problem? Why are you spreading such bad things about me? Yuming said, okay, so when a rumor was spreading about you and Lin, you had no problem. But now, when my name is getting linked, you have so much trouble? Shen said, the trouble is that I don't like you at all. And as for Lin, he is my childhood friend. So whatever happens between me and him should not bother you. You just mind your own business and leave me alone. Hearing this, Yuming felt very bad, meaning he was deeply hurt. So he left from there in anger. Well, at night Shen herself uploaded a post where she made it clear to everyone, I am not in a relationship with anyone. Not with Lin, and not with Yuming. In fact, Yuming is my enemy with whom I cannot even dream of being in a relationship. So, no one will spread any fake rumor again. Otherwise, I will complain to the principal's office. And then Shen started remembering all the moments when Yuming had bothered her, and he always just bothered Shen, because of which Shen did not like him. Meanwhile, we see future Shen who was thinking about Yuming, meaning all those close moments were coming back to her, when Yuming was very close to her and was showing his love how much he liked Shen. That is when Ling said, Casey's news is spread everywhere on social media, and everyone thinks your hand is in this, so you should give some explanation coming in front of everyone. On this point, Shen said in the film industry, this does not matter. Meaning, people believe what they want to believe. So there is no point in me coming out and saying anything. Then, Shen went to her room and started convincing director Song on call because of Casey's suicide attempt. Our movie is trending. So you should take advantage of this moment and make me the main lead. Because at this time, even with a bad image, I am also trending, which will benefit our movie greatly. And after cutting the call, she started thinking, what have I become? Earlier people who took advantage of such moments seemed very bad to me. But this industry has made me like this too. Meanwhile, someone had secretly overheard Shen's entire conversation. So Shen got the blackmailer's message again. Are you in a little too much of a hurry to get famous? Should I help you become famous by sending the recording? So then Shen got very scared and started looking here and there who was listening to her conversation, meaning the blackmailer is truly one of Shen's own classmates. Well, in the next scene, we see that when Shen was standing on the balcony of her room and thinking about who her blackmailer could be, that is when past Shen asked her what more will have to be done to become the main actress. So then future Shen started thinking if only past Shen could see how bad and difficult my life has become after becoming an actress, she would never insist on becoming one. So Shen decided that she would stop Shen. Meanwhile, we see Ling, who, when she came out from outside with Fuxiao, her eyes fell on Yang, who was drinking. So she started thinking, when did Yang become this handsome? Then she quickly went to Yang to talk and asked him, what are you doing now for work? So then Shen also came and sat there and started listening to their conversation, where she heard Yang saying that he was now trying to get into the entertainment industry. From his words, Shen felt he could be the blackmailer, because now both of them are in the same line, the industry one. That is when they all saw the news a landslide has happened, so all roads will remain closed for some time. Seeing this news, everyone became very worried, because now the party was over and all of them had to go to their homes and also to their work, but now all of them were stuck there. Meanwhile, the class monitor came to talk to a girl from the class named Yetian, who used to be the class topper. He said, you won't have any problem staying here, right? So then Yetian said she was now a blogger, so she could work from anywhere. He started saying how much your life has changed now. You keep traveling. While in school, your parents had never even sent you on educational trips. So then Yetian told him, now my parents have got divorced, so they don't care at all what I do or where I go. Hearing this, the monitor felt a little bad for Yetian, and then he started talking to her about many more things. Meanwhile, Shen asked everyone to play Truth or Dare again, and told Yang that it is your turn. That is when Yu Ming also arrived there. Ling asked Yang, do you have any girlfriend? But he said no. Hearing this, Ling became happy, meaning my path is clear. Meanwhile, when Yang told Yu Ming some things about typing style, like that he doesn't know typing, meaning he always was behind everyone in studies. Hearing this, Shen confirmed that Yang also cannot be the blackmailer, because the one who sends her messages has a very sharp style. That is when a girl arrived there, seeing whom no one was happy, meaning everyone started ignoring her, as if no one liked her coming there. Then the story shifted to 2007, where we see this same girl whose name is Wang Ran. She was new to school, and Miss Feng gave her Lin's front seat, because that girl was Miss Feng's relative, who she specially wanted to look after. Shen took action. Why should Lin even get up from his seat? This girl can also go and sit at the back. But Miss Feng did not agree, saying Wang Ran is very good at studies. Meanwhile, Yu Ming also supported the teacher, yes, send Lin to the back, because Shen and Lin sit and talk all day, because of which there's a lot of noise in the class. So then Shen got even more irritated, and before a fight could start, Lin quieted Shen down. Meanwhile, before Wang Ran sat on Lin's seat, she cleaned it properly, which surprised even Lin. And Shen also started getting irritated. What does she think of herself? And the whole class also noticed this. Then Lin went and sat in his seat at the back. That is when a new message came on Shen's MP3, in which future Shen said, you will have to stay close to Lin, because in the future, he is going to have a lot of connections in the Korean industry. Hearing this, Shen looked at Lin at the back in surprise. Is it true that he is going to have so many connections? And could my debut be in the Korean industry? But while Miss Feng was saying something, Shen did not listen. So Miss Feng woke her up and asked, what did I just teach? Tell me. So Shen could not answer, because of which everyone laughed at her. Then Miss Feng said, if you are so worried about Lin, why don't you take him into your study group? Hearing this, Shen was surprised, and everyone else started making shocked sounds. Meanwhile, Yu Ming in anger started banging his pen on the desk.